Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the owner and creator of Wild Purple Energy online store and spiritual health and wellness blog. And welcome to my channel again. Thank you so much. First of all, I just want to thank all of my clients and customers, friends and family who have supported my website and supported me in all of my endeavors as a spiritual consultant, bringing products and education and information and consultation to people who are on their spiritual journey and are just trying to wade through this crazy thing that we call a life. So I just wanted to create a video again. Our country, actually our species, we're dealing with our new crisis, the coronavirus crisis that is a pandemic spreading across the globe. And I wanted to give my spiritual perspective on what is happening as a consultant and someone who provides assistance to people for multiple reasons. I've been getting a lot of questions, friends, family, and clients reaching out and wondering about my perspective of what's going on, and also asking for some suggestions, tips on how to stay safe and stay healthy during this very stressful time. So I thought that it was important for me to go ahead and just put out a video and to talk about it. So, again, thanks for joining me. A little bit quick about myself. I am a spiritual consultant and I do create products, aromatherapy products that I run energy on, as I am also an energy healer to help people protect their aura, to help protect them from, emotional and mental instabilities that are caused by negative energy. So, with that, I'm just going to bring again my spiritual perspective to what's going on, and then at the end, I'll make some suggestions as what to do to stay safe and how to make it through this trying time, which, by the way, will pass. Okay. All right. First and foremost, so anytime I'm giving my spiritual perspective, I want to talk a little bit about how I got my perspective. When I've been on my spiritual journey for a while, I've done lots of studying, lots of research of the old texts and whatnot. I've also worked under the tutelage of other spiritual masters, and of course, my own gifts that I have to bring to the table. And I am an empath, and I created my products and my product line for people like myself who are very sensitive to energy. So, as you know, if you're familiar with my company, our motto is everything is energy, and that's because it is. If you are familiar with the Hermetic principles, the first principle is the law of vibration. Everything, this table, this computer, the tree outside, ourselves, myself, my body, your body, my spirit, thoughts, emotions, everything is made of energy, and every particle of energy is moving, which means it has a vibration. Okay, so with that, all of us are able to sense energy. Some of us just more so than others. We're a little bit more sensitive. We're almost hypersensitive to it, and that is your empath. So, one of the main gifts that I have to bring is my spiritual sensitivity. I am highly sensitive to all different types of energy. I learned the hard way that I was sensitive, and I'll talk about that more in a background video about myself. But I became physically sick, physically ill because of not having any spiritual boundaries whatsoever and not protecting my energy field when I was working with people who had been traumatized and experiencing all kinds of emotional issues, lots of negative energy, and I didn't know how to protect myself at the time. So I suffered for it greatly. And after I learned how to deal with that, life really opened up for me and my abilities opened up. But I also learned how to protect myself, and now it's my duty, I feel, to help others do the same. So, with that sensitivity, my main strength is clairsentience, which is the ability to feel energy. That includes other people's thoughts, emotions, all different types of things. To feel spirit, too. Talking, I've got some pretty plucky spirit guides. I have a lot to say. And we're going to talk a little bit about them and what they have to say as well. But I also have clairgustance, and this is what is leading me to make this video. For it is that skill that brought me to the observations that I'm bringing to you today. And clairgustance is called like clear smelling. It's the ability to smell energy. So I've had this ability for a while. Thank you, God, for making me a bloodhound, right? Um, but I've been able to smell energy, and one of the things that I've been able to smell is viruses, viral energy, and bacterial energy. When people are sick, they have a certain smell, particularly infectious diseases. So I always know when I've been exposed to someone who has a cold or flu or a sinus infection or strep because it has a smell. And the particles, now you know viruses, bacteria, they're usually airborne, they're in the air, they're very, very, very small particles, particularly viruses, just infinitesimally small, but and they fly through the air. And I know when I'm in front of somebody or next to somebody who's sick, not just by well, they might be coughing, we all can figure that out, right? But they have a smell and it gets into my mouth and it gets into my nose and I can taste it and it makes me like almost want to throw up. It makes me kind of salivate. It makes me feel really sick and everything just starts running and my body has a real wild reaction to it. So that sense has really helped me out because I've really been able to. I was someone who used to get colds all the time, but ever since I had this ability to smell and sense, I haven't gotten sick in about 2 years with anything infectious, anyhow, because I always know when I've caught something or when I've been exposed to any pathogens, and then I can run to my arsenal of natural health remedies and I can kill it and get rid of it immediately, and then I never get sick. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to bring to you today. Using that's a little bit of background. I want to tell you what I am sensing and feeling. So there's a lot of information out there on the internet from very well-meaning individuals who are saying that this is just a hoax and there is no virus. Well, there is. There is a virus, and the reason why I know that is because again, I've been able to sense viral energy for years now, and I can feel it when I go into the grocery store. I have that reaction. I'm not even, don't have to be near anyone. We all know we're staying away from everybody with social distancing. I just walk in the place, the whole place smells sick. It's all over. It's even outside, but it's very, very slight. And I personally feel it's completely safe to be outside. You want to be in the sun, you want to be on the ground, you want to be by the trees. But it's there, it's just very, very dispersed and slight. But when you go into a place where there's a lot of people, I've been able to detect that energy. Okay, so I do believe it is there. For that reason, I also believe that everybody, unless you've been living under a rock, unless you haven't left your house in 2 months, I believe everybody's already been exposed to it. To be honest, I really do. I think everybody has it in the virus in their system already. It's just that not everybody's going to get sick. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So, the other thing that I am sensing, and here's the thing that's really interesting. So, in addition to being able to sense viral energy, I can also obviously sense emotional energy, particularly when it's particularly very low vibration energy. It also has a smell. That dark, kind of evilish, selfish, hateful, angry energy has a smell. Depression and anxiety has a smell, and fear has a smell. And here's the thing: viral energy and fear energy smell and taste almost exactly the same, which is very interesting. Which also concerns me because due to law of attraction, okay, um, that which is likened to itself is drawn. So if viral energy and fear energy, they're somehow holding hands in some way that I'm not quite able to describe, but that is what I am sensing. And that's why I'm also extremely concerned with all the fear energy that I'm sensing. I have never, ever in my life ever sensed anything like what I am sensing right now when I go out into the public. The amount of fear and anxiety and chaotic energy is palpable. It's so bad to the point that by the time I leave the grocery store, I am in my car, washing my mouth out with my colloidal silvers, spraying my nostrils. I'm spraying myself with my own products. We'll talk about that later. And I go home and stick my feet in salt. I even take my shirt and put them, or my jacket, because where I live is still a little bit chilly, put it outside in the sun to try to get the just disgusting fear energy off of my clothes. I'm even kind of washing my clothes. Now, I'm not recommending that other people do that. I'm just saying that is what I need to do to get the fear and anxiety energy off of me so that I don't feel it and bring it into my house. That's how thick and dense the energy is on the planet right now because of the fear of the virus and also the virus itself. Viruses, they're not the highest vibration. Okay, if they did, they wouldn't stink the way that they do. And to me, they smell awful. Like like they smell like pea soup and ham that you've been put outside in the sun for a day and it's rank. That's how it smells and tastes to me. Not fun. But anyway, I digress. So that is what I am sensing. So my concern is that, particularly with the media is not doing us any justice right now. It is spreading so much fear. I greatly believe that those who are the most fearful are going to manifest symptoms of this virus that they may not have manifested if they were able to control their fear. Because, again, like attracts like in the universe. And if you are fearful of something, you bring it towards you. Another thing I noticed, as far as where fear is concerned in manifesting the illness, you have to understand again that the human mind is extremely powerful and it's something that we really underestimate. And to give you another example of how I'm worried about people manifesting the illness when it really is not a part of their spiritual path or journey in order to contract this illness, is again that fear energy. So I remember sorry, I can't talk today. Specific example of when I was by myself doing fine, not really thinking about it, feeling good, and then I started talking to some other people, and we were again with them feeling fine, and then suddenly we started talking again about the virus, about being afraid and mad about things not shutting down and things not not being able to work from home for their job, all these other things. And as we started talking about it, I started smelling it. I wasn't sensing it. I wasn't smelling it before. I wasn't sensing it before. It was just suddenly us talking about it. And then when I was done talking to those individuals, that's when I started feeling like, oh, my chest is getting tight. Oh no. And my throat was kind of, kind of scratchy. And I started feeling kind of tired and felt like my nose kind of started running. And I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And I'm like, we know that, calm down. It's going to be fine. Even if you do catch it, you've got a strong immune system. Don't worry about it. I got this. I gave myself the pep talk and I kind of went on about my business and I got distracted. And then I got distracted from it. And then all of a sudden, I reminded myself, like, oh, yeah, like 20, 30 minutes ago, I was afraid that I might have been contracting it because I was having all these symptoms and realized that my chest didn't feel tight anymore. My nose wasn't running anymore and I felt fine. I thought, wait a minute, you know what I mean? So that's happened actually two different times. Um, where it was almost like in tapping into that frequency, into that fear frequency, made me start to think that I was getting sick. And as soon as I stopped thinking about it, suddenly I felt fine. I think that's something to consider. Mind really, truly does create its own reality. And that is something that we as human beings don't want to face because it requires too much responsibility than what we really want to take. Again, that's a topic for another video. I'm just giving you my observations of what I was able to acquire from my own sensitivities. Okay, and you don't want that. We want to keep this viral energy away from us because the energy it's not just the physical body. Viruses, physical body, they're very small, they're not that impressive, but they're very powerful energetically and they affect you both energetically and physically. So I want to talk a little bit about how to protect yourself physically and energetically. Now, why I am an expert on energy, I am not a doctor. So, of course, if you are sick, please go see your healthcare provider. That's really important. But we're going to talk about how to boost our immune system and things like that. So, moving forward again, so what to do about it? Number one, you've got to learn how to manage your fear. This is time for you to pull upon your faith if you have some. If you don't have any, maybe it's time to get some. I think with the times coming ahead, I think it's going to be really important for you to pull upon your faith. You have to know humans, we are not meat suits walking around, okay? We are multidimensional beings and we are connected to, we are of a higher power, okay? And that is not something that I just read in a book. That's something that I know from my ability to sense, to feel, to talk to spirit, and also to journey as I can send my consciousness into other dimensions and speak to other beings that are there. So if you can't do that for yourself, and that is okay, that's no big deal, right? We all have our gifts. I'm just someone, who's just telling you that's my observation. So we're not just meat suits running around. In addition to this beautiful gift of a physical body, we also have an energy body, an emotional body, and a mental body, and a higher spiritual body that exists on other higher dimensions that are connected to this third dimensional earth plane where our physical body lies. So we are multidimensional beings. And there is so much love and support and protection out there for you. And there's, again, so much love. And you can use that energy to protect you from this fear energy that this coronavirus and all this panic is coming towards you. So ways to do that. I will put in the description blog. I did write a blog about my spirit guides, their perspective on the coronavirus. So I'm not going to talk about it too much here. But they talked about getting back into nature, going outside with your shoes off, sitting on the ground, putting your hands and your feet on the earth, the sun. Get some sunlight, y'all. Go sit outside. Okay, get some sun. Ask the being that is in the sun to help you boost your immune system, to help you maintain happy, healthy, and whole. Okay. The other thing I'm recommending, as I always do, is salt baths. That's how I've been perking myself up off of being outside with all of the yucky energy. And I recommend those all day, and I always will. Salt is a purifier. There's a reason why the ancients used them before we had refrigerators and whatnot. It doesn't just, usually what happens, what something can do on the physical level, it can also do on the higher planes. So as salt can protect you from pestilence in the physical world, it protects you from energetic pestilence as well. So using those salt baths, okay, to help clean out your energy field, help remove that fear and anxiety and everything coming from other people that you're absorbing, and your own fear and anxiety. So again, talking about fear, y'all turn off the TV. Turn it off. This is non-negotiable. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe you're a very very strong person. I consider myself to be strong. I'm not perfectly strong. I certainly have my bad days, but I am not watching, all of the news, Fox and CNN and all that all day. Listen, guys, I know that you all are, if you're watching this, you're probably a very loving, caring individual who really cares about other people. And you think that you're helping when you're saying, oh, those four poor people, I'm so sad this is happening. There are people who are passed away. Oh my God. But honestly, this is what you can do for people. Okay. You can pray for them, you can send them loving and healing energy if you're able to do that. You can give them money, or you can donate to whatever fund or group or organization that is providing them help, or you can go and help them yourself. That is all you can do. If you're not going to help them yourself, you're not sending them money, pray for them. Other than that, you watching other people suffer on TV, you ain't doing nothing for them. But what you are doing is destroying yourself. You are creating holes in your energy field that is allowing negative energy to breach you, and anything that breaches your energy body, okay? Because your energy body is just as much a part of you as your hand, as your hair, as your lips. You're allowing that negative energy into your spiritual body, and that will filter down and affect your physical body eventually. And this is how fear and anxiety and stress destroys, weakens, and then leads to the destruction of the immune system. And that is how you get sick. So we need to keep our immune system in fighting shape. So you're going to have to unplug. If you're not going to go down there and help the doctors and nurses yourself, you don't need to watch it on TV. You don't need to know how many people have passed away. It's not helping you. You're just scaring yourself to death, literally. Okay. So moving on from that. So that is how to keep ourselves energetically clean. I'm going to talk a little bit at the end again. I'll make some product recommendations if you are interested in those. Okay. So the second thing we can do is boost our physical immune system. Okay. The first thing you need to do is stop eating crap. That's right, I said it. I like sugar and candy. I like all the bad stuff too, guys. But we are living in a time where our earth is so toxic. There are so many toxins. There's toxins in our water. There's toxins in our air that we're not able to control. Our food supply is very questionable. Ask anybody you know from another country and ask them about our food supply and what they think of what Americans eat and the quality of our food. They'll make your head spin. Okay, countries that are so-called less affluent than we are often have a healthier, cleaner food supply than we do. Um, the standard American diet, the SAD diet, actually taxes the immune system because what happens is we eat, again, so much animal products and so much this toxic food that the digestive system has to recruit their immune system, help break down the food that you were eating that's sitting and rotting in your intestines. That's from eating too much animal products. I'm not saying don't eat animal products, but that's from eating too much animal products. Also, The liver, which is your biggest, baddest organ. Everybody thinks it's the heart, but the liver is the one that protects you long term. So your heart and your liver obviously are important, but your liver has a lot of work to do just with all the toxic things we put on our skin and breathing or whatnot. Let's not make the liver work so hard, okay? So the liver and also your intestines have a lot to do with your immune system. So you've got to be really careful about what you're eating. This is the time. If you're able to go organic, do it. If you're able to take your animal products down, do it. If you're able to take down your sugar, my God, please do it. This is not the time for you to be putting sugar. Sugar just degrades the cells and cell integrity, and also, it causes overweight, diabetes, whatnot. We need to take our sugar down. So we want to eat high vibration foods. High vibration foods are foods that have sun and earth energy still in them. Fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, guys. Good, healthy, pure spring water. Put a little lemon in your spring water to give it some life force energy. That's what we're needing right now. Make sure you're eating some raw fruits and vegetables because that's going to have the most chi, okay, the most and the highest vibration. Go ahead, do your grains and all that, and just go ahead if you want to eat your meat. Try to eat healthy meat that has not been abused. Remember, energy cannot be destroyed. Really, it can only be transformed, created or destroyed. It can only be transformed, and that animal, that chicken that you're eating, it not only has a physical body which you're consuming, it has an energy, it has a spiritual body just like we do. And since that physical body is still intact, that energetic body, that emotional body is also still attached. So you are eating an animal, if it never got to go outside, if it is in pain and gastrointestinal discomfort from eating crap food that is not appropriate for its species, etc., this whole life, and all that antibiotics and adrenaline and all that junk, you're putting it in your body, you're ingesting fear in your body. You're bringing anxiety and suffering energy into your body. And if like attracts like, that also draws more suffering to you. And it brings your vibration down. It makes it harder for you to keep negative energy out of your space. So if you're going to eat meat, please buy it from a place where it's certified humanely raised, et cetera, organic, whatever. Do your own research. But we need to clean up our diet. Okay. Um, and also, so things to boost your immune system. You can do your own research. You can make your own elderberry syrup. Elderberry syrup is something that indigenous people of America and other places have been using for a while. Echinacea, golden seal. Make yourself a nice tea, or you can get capsules like at Whole Foods or whatnot. Try to go get the highest quality you can. Nothing against what you can get at the drugstore, but um, herbs made, vitamins and minerals from Whole Foods, made from Whole Foods are better. You just want to get the highest quality so that it's fresh. You don't want it to be like sitting, in a warehouse for 2 years and then getting it because it won't be as strong. But those are good. Um, Mullein is good if it's something that you would take if you were already sick. If you do catch it, that's a good herb to use. Also, vitamin C. Vitamin C, y'all, that's easy. It's cheap, easy to get. Vitamin C is helpful, and so also is zinc. And so those are some things that you can do to boost your immune system. Also, we need to get enough sleep. Most of you are at home anyway, so there's no reason for you not to get any sleep. You're at home. Some of you have nothing to do, so make sure you're getting enough sleep. Um, and also make sure you're drinking a ton of water, a ton of good water, not tap water, y'all. Stop being cheap. Get yourself some good spring water, alkaline water. If you're not able to get good water, put a little lemon or lime juice in the water, and that will alkalize it and it will give it some life force energy. Okay. Um, the other thing I want to talk to you about, we'll talk about this another time, but it's time for us to start managing our technology use. Another thing that I'm very sensitive to is electromagnetic radiation or frequency, which comes out of our cell phones and your modems and all that other stuff. Again, me being very sensitive, I can tell you 100% that there's yucky energy coming out of your modem, coming out of your streaming devices that you use so you can watch Netflix and all that other cool stuff that we all love so much, and definitely out of your cell phone. I know because I can feel it. I cannot ride in my car and stream video, like YouTube videos, or stream anything onto my cell phone while I'm in my car. I almost crashed the first time that I started doing that. I was woozy and out of it. I didn't know what was wrong. I thought I was sick. I pulled over. I put my windows down, turned off my phone, and I felt instantly better. I got a new streaming device in my home. I sat down, I was watching Harry Potter, and I was like, oh, I'm bad. Now I got my streaming device. I'm going to be watching this and that. And I was falling asleep. I was out of it again. I felt the same way. And I realized, well, that's how I feel when I'm in my car. And I realized it was a streaming device. That streaming device had this really gross energy, and it was just like invading my energy field and making me tired. It just completely zapped me out. So what I ended up doing is taking it off of the Wi-Fi, and I plugged it straight into the wall, straight into the router, so it wasn't all the Wi-Fi. And I just put some black tourmaline stones in front of the modem and in front of the streaming device, and then I felt fine. Some of that energy wasn't flying through the air when I did the hardwire, and also putting the black tourmaline in front. Black tourmaline can absorb some of that energy. So these energies mess up our they bring our vibration down, they distort our frequency, and I can't imagine that that would be good for your immune system. So it is time for us to start learning how to entertain ourselves other ways besides just being on our devices all the time. So just you don't sleep with streaming devices going. Put your phone outside. Get one of those clocks that with the battery from old school 1980s, like Back to the Future. Remember when Martin woke up? The little, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, an old school alarm clock. And just put your phone across the room or outside of the room, someplace where maybe you can hear it, but it's not close to you if there's an emergency. But it is time for us. We need to take, and now that we're getting stronger, we're going towards this new 5G thing. I'm not going to talk about that. Do your own research, as you always should. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. I'm not prepared to say that it's dangerous or not, but I am saying I don't think it's for our health. And I know that these cell phones, even at 4G, 3G, I was feeling yucky stuff coming out of them. So, you do what you want to do with that information, but I suggest that this time we need to start limiting our device time down a little bit. Okay. So, those are my suggestions. Again, also, of course, meditation and prayer are really important. Prayer for protections, and also just praying. It's okay to pray, guys. You don't have to. If you don't know how to meditate, that's okay. I will put up some more as my channel expands. I'll give you a lot more information on how to meditate and put up some more meditations for you on my blog and on the site. You don't need to wait for me. There's plenty of information on YouTube. Just Google how to meditate, okay? Or Google, give me a protection meditation, Archangel Michael clearing prayer, something like that. But for those of you who are out and about, if you're not, able to work from home, or if you are working from home, but you have to go out and get, eggs and apples and chicken and everything, you have to go to the store at some point, that's fine. You guys, take your supplements, go to the store, do what you got to do. When you come home, do a meditation or do a salt bath and get some of that negative energy off of you. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'm just going to add a couple of Wild Purple Energy products that might be helpful. So one thing that I started doing is I started experimenting with my own products. So I can be a little lazy. Of course, I use my own products, but I'm also at this point now where I am able to create energetic boundaries for myself using the power of my mind. So I don't have to use my products all the time, although I do use them. There was a period of time where I used them every single day because I had to. But now it kind of depends. If I'm going someplace where there's going to be a lot of people, I use them. If I'm just running here and there, sometimes I don't. But I realize I'm using them now. I'm using them every day. And I use some different products. So, okay, I would use this product and go to the store and sit down and sit and figure out how I feel and whatnot. So, out of all of the things that I have, of course, all the products, all essential oils are protective because they're high vibration, but there are certain products that I have in my line that worked really well. So let me share a couple of those with you and then we're going to get out of here. All right, so the first one, I want to talk a little bit about the emotional clearing product line. I'm just going to put that. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the camera, y'all. You're going to have to bear with me. All right, so this is my emotional clearing blend. I started using the spray going outside, and I didn't think it worked. It worked. Well, it kept me feeling good, but it wasn't keeping much of the negativity out of my energy field that I wanted to. But I find that when I put this in a carrier oil, and you can make your own oil, but I do have one. This is my unscented Bath and Body oil. Um, Or you can also put them, like you have a body butter as well, oops, that you can use, or use what you have at home. Okay. But when I put this in a carrier oil and just after I get out of the shower, and I always bless and ask Spirit to protect me and purify me. This has been it. It makes me feel good, and it's a high vibration. It has some really high vibration oils in it, and I found that when I go out with this, I feel better. I'm not feeling as fearful, like I'm going to get sick or anything like that. I just go out there and I feel good. So the emotional clearing has helped me with my emotions and feeling good, and just feeling not scared to go outside and keeping myself feeling clean. Okay, but I don't feel it worked that great coming back and getting it off, if that makes sense. Okay, a little bit. Um, the protection line works really well too. This is one of my most popular. That's the oil, and this is the spray. So you can use the spray before you go out and after when you come back in to help get the negative energy off. And this product was designed exactly for this, unfortunately, this very mess that we're in. It keeps out fear based energy, dark energy, negative energy, toxic psychic energy. That's what it's best at. So you can always, again, put some of this into carrier oil. I also have the perfume oil too, where it's already diluted. And that you can just put like on your chakras. You can put, on your heart, on the back. Everyone always put your protection on the back of your neck because there's a psychic door there. Of course, on your pulse points where you put your perfume, and on your root chakra to help with that. So that's a protection line that works really, really, really well. But the one that works the best is kind of surprised me. It's this one. The Detached line is like kicking butt. This is the best product I have to do what we have right now. I created it to remove spiritual attachments and to just get this negative energy from cleaving and clinging to you. Again, very high vibration oil. Some of the same things they used back in the day in the Bible, like frankincense and myrrh and some other things like that. And this is the one out of all the things I've showed you that worked the best. So what I'm doing is I'm again putting the oil, diluting the oil and putting it on my wrists and on the back of my neck, heart chakra, and I just give myself a spray. I leave the house, go do my thing. But when I wear this, when I come back, I don't even feel like there's that much stuff on me. I feel like it kind of kept some of the negativity out of my energy field. So when I came back home, I almost was like, well, do I really need to put my feet in salt? Do I need a salt bath? Do I really have to do my clearing meditation? Well, I made myself do them because I'm anal like that. But I almost felt like I didn't need to because it worked really well. So that's that. And lastly, I'll just show you again, and I recommend everybody they're doing this anyway. These are our bath salts. This is the wind down, but I'm recommending the emotional clearing version of this product. I don't have any made. Somebody ordered my last one, and I need to go back into manufacturing to catch up on that one. But those are a great way. The best. This is honestly of everything I show you. That's what's going to clean out your energy field the best. And right now, I would be taking salt baths or foot baths with salt in them. With what's going on now, a few times a week. Sorry, if you want to feel better, I'm showing you how to do it. If you can't afford my bath salts, make your own. Doesn't matter. It's not about me. It's about all of us staying safe as possible. And then lastly, just going to quick show you. This is a smudge spray. You can use it on your body. I designed it. Sorry, that light is kind of, well, there you go. You can see it. This is just a great purifier. It's meant to, if you don't have time to smudge, like to burn sage, if you don't have time to burn your herbs and whatnot, or if you can't because you don't like smoke, this is like a smokeless smudge. It does have white sage oil, lavender oil, black pepper, which is really a fiery energy that really makes things move, angelica, and some other things. You can spray this in your room, and it just help make you kind of feel better. This is really great to spray on your bed before you go to sleep. Helps you not have as much worry. It is strong. It does linger a little bit, which is nice. You can smell it while you go to sleep, and it's relaxing. So that's what I've been using, because I too got a little freaked out too when this first happened, and this is kind of how I was able to kind of keep some of that energy out of the bed, in the bedroom. Okay. All right. So again, you guys stay safe, manage your fear. Please know again, I just to quick reiterate, I believe that everybody has this virus because it's out there. I can taste it when I walk out my door. It's in every place. It's just not everybody's going to get sick. Some people are going to feel nothing. Some people are going to get the sniffles or a little sore throat. That's it. Some people are going to get very sick, but they're going to recover. And some people are going to go ahead and pass away. And, death is something that scares us. And it seems like a tragedy. And when it happens in your own family and you're missing someone that you love, it is. But please know that death is a transition, and life on the other side, to be honest with you, is easier and less complicated than life on this side. And we have to understand that those who are moving on, some of these individuals have chosen this as a way to go ahead and move on. But that's going to be another video, but I want you all to save your strength and energy for yourself and your family. Turn off the TV, guys, and pray. Pray for everyone. Pray, ask, Archangel Michael, ask the healing angels to just be with everybody who might contract this virus, and ask them to send us love and light and healing energy to our planet, to all of us, so that we can all stay safe. And then let it go. Let it go and live your life. It is not the end of the world. This is a challenge, but this too shall pass. And you absolutely 100% do not have to contract this virus. And if you believe that you're not going to contract it, if you say, I ain't scared of no virus, I'm not scared of this, and you've done your work, you're eating healthy, don't worry about it. And if you do get sick, it's okay. There's no shame. Everybody gets ill sometimes. Just do the best you can, and just know, I'm going to get through this. It's not time for me yet. I'm going to get through this, and you will. So that's all I've got to say. I talked a little bit longer than I said. However, I am going to post a part 2 to this video. We're going to get a little bit deeper into the cosmology and the reason why this is happening. It's not going to be for all of you. It is going to challenge some of your beliefs that you have, possibly the information. But if you really want to know what's going on from a cosmological perspective, why is this happening? What is the purpose of it? And what I believe is going to be most likely to happen moving forward, and what paradigms are breaking down, and what is the best way to deal with all of this long term, then you can watch my spiritual perspective on the coronavirus part 2. And with that, if you find yourself really struggling, you need help, I do spiritual consultations as well. So you can go to my website and go under the services tab. You can certainly book a session if you'd like. If you just have a real quick question, feel free to email me. That's fine too. I'll answer an email, no problem. So anyway, I've talked long enough. I just want to say again, thank you. My heart is with you all. Please know that there's so much love for you here, and love will protect you. So keep that in mind. Stay safe, everyone, and peace and blessings. Bye.